At Achieve Emotional Mastery, we know that you want to be an overcomer. We know you are looking for a way to get out from under anxiety and depression once and for all. And maybe you have watched a few of our videos or even booked a call with our team, and you are probably wondering, is it really possible to heal and overcome anxiety and depression? I do not want you just to take my word for it. I want you to hear directly from our graduates. So I have Bob and Lisa here with me today, and they are going to share with you exactly what is possible. Bob was really struggling with depression and extremely frustrated with not having answers, but not anymore. Now things are very different. Bob and Lisa, thank you so much for being here today. This has been so exciting to be part of your healing journey. Would you just rewind the clock and take us back to the beginning? Before we started working together, what did your struggle look like?
I had
That's
my
good.
first shoulder surgery done. Come to find out, when I went back into emergency the next day, the admitting nurse, she says, well, what's going on? And I said, well, and I couldn't sit down. I was like, and she says, well, I see you had surgery. And I told her what was
Mm,
going on. And
okay.
she said, what did they give you for when you got sick? And I
Okay.
said, they gave me promethazine. And she said that the number one side effect with that drug is
Oh,
panic
wow.
and anxiety.
Okay.
So that's where it all
Wow.
started.
Okay. And
Yeah,
then even after getting off those medications, though, obviously it didn't clear the problem. It didn't just take it away. Now we're setting off at a cycle, and now you're dealing with this for the last 8 years. Is that right?
correct.
Wow.
Well,
Wow, that's
he had
incredible.
three
I
surgeries
had
in
three
an
surgeries
18
in
month
18 months.
in 18 months.
Wow. Okay.
He went under
Okay.
3 times.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. But just basically what happened, if I'm hearing you right, is this really started out of no fault of your own, right? This
Oh,
started out
yeah,
of you
absolutely.
had a surgery, you were dealing with it, and then the meds just triggered something that made this whole thing a fat, colossal
Correct.
mess.
Mess.
Correct.
That
And
oh,
so
that's incredible.
Yeah. So it's
of the best way they can describe it is my brain didn't wake up completely. So that's
Okay.
why I have,
Mm,
and I've had my brain,
okay.
I've had it tested, and it does,
Yeah.
when I'm engaged in something, it
Uh-huh.
fires off the chart. When
Okay.
I'm sitting alone or by myself, not doing anything, it doesn't fire correctly.
Wow. Okay. I love that you brought that up though, because and part of the reason I asked about surgery and complications or medications is because again, so many people come to us and they're like, but I'm different because I've had some kind of injury, or like they know that there's been something that's happened that is a problem. Okay. And so this is something I hear all the time. Well, I've got a brain injury or complication from medication or whatever. And so I'm not sure you can help me is essentially what I hear.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
I'm not sure if you really can help me. Was that part of the question as you came to us? Was like, can I really help you?
Well, I had done, I had gone through the traditional
Mm,
help. And
okay.
the thing, I'm medication resistant. I can't take
Okay.
anything, nothing.
Sure.
And not
Sure.
for lack of trying, I've tried everything.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
also tried TMS.
Okay. Wow.
there is a list long
Uh,
of treatment that we have tried.
Yeah.
We have tried
I
everything.
I even tried
Okay.
ketamine treatment.
We have
Okay.
tried. Yeah.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Lisa, for you, what was it that you noticed at the beginning? Like where was Bob really struggling at the beginning around anxiety and depression?
He was struggling with the depression bad. And when
Okay.
we've had some bad days.
Yeah.
And when we go to fight, we go and I'm right next to him. I'm his biggest
Mm,
supporter because
yeah.
he, with all the treatments that he's had, we've been very hopeful. Will this one
Yeah.
work? Will this one work?
Okay.
You know,
Wow.
and we have done so
Mm,
many different things, and to watch him has been the hardest. That has been to be helped.
yeah.
not being able, I mean, I can be supportive and I'm right there for him for whatever we're doing,
Mm,
but I can't go through it like he's
mhm,
going through it, and I can't push the button to make it go away.
mm.
And
Wow.
that's been one of the hardest things through this whole thing is the helpless,
Wow. Yeah.
not being able to just
To
to
help.
Yeah.
so miserable,
Yeah.
but be so sad, um,
Wow.
that's been hard. That's been hard.
Thank you, Lisa. I so appreciate that. Just the honesty of going, man. And again, I hear it's not for lack of trying. You guys tried all kinds of different, all the traditional things, all the things that are out there built around management. Wow. I
Well,
remember
and
Lisa.
you're absolutely right. Everything that I had done was to manage.
Yeah.
And so when I watched
Yeah.
your intro and
Hmm.
you said complete freedom,
Hmm.
my ears lit up and it's like, finally, I am so
I love
tired.
that.
I am so tired. I want to thrive again, Stacy, not just survive.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Bob, do you feel like you've accomplished that?
You know, so to just add a little bit, the
Uh-huh.
best way I can describe myself before I met you
Okay. Yes.
was I was broken. I was
Mm,
broken
yeah.
mentally,
Yeah.
physically, and spiritually.
Mm,
And mentally, the anxiety and the depression were just, I was struggling with it.
hmm.
Physically, obviously, I told you,
Yeah.
I came
Right.
with my scapula broken.
Yeah.
So, and then spiritually, my relationship with the Lord was non-existent. I had
Mm,
the only thing
mm.
that I can
Wow.
honestly say that I would ask the Lord to either fix me
Hmm.
or take me every night
Wow.
because
Wow.
I didn't want to be here anymore, Stacy. I Not
Mm,
like this. Not
yeah.
not the way I was going. That wasn't living as far as I
Yeah.
was concerned.
Yeah. Bob, I so appreciate you voicing that. Like, really, I feel like so many clients, like, I know so many times I've met with clients and that's exactly what they said, and
Yeah,
just feel such shame around it to go, like, I know that God is there. I know that I matter, but to go, this is miserable. This is not living.
yeah,
And so I really appreciate you just voicing that because I know so many of our audience that is watching is like, man, that's me. That's exactly how I feel. So, and I remember, yes, yesterday as you're talking, right? Just that broken. You said broken.
mhm,
And Lisa, I remember when we first spoke, you said that you had feared for Bob, like when it got really bad, and there was times that you felt like you had to talk him off the edge. Will you
Yes.
just talk, like, would you just talk to us a moment about that? Just like for you, like,
That has got to be the worst thing to go through, knowing that
mm,
he is there where he doesn't want to be, and we can't find the help for him. This has been the hardest, not being able to find help. We can't find
mm,
help for him, um, in his state of mind,
mhm,
and calling and wanting to go take yourself to the hospital, and I have to talk him down because I know we've been married a long
mm,
time, and I know that I tell him, are you sure you want me to do this? Are you sure
mm.
you want me to make that call? Because I think we can walk this off. Let's walk it off. Let's go outside. Let's get
Wow,
air. Let's
wow,
breathe this, because once I make that call and they come take you, you don't want to be where
yeah,
they take you. You want to
yeah,
be here, and I don't want you there. It's going to
yeah,
be a worse place than you are here. Being in that emotional roller coaster it's been bad. We've had some
yeah,
bad days. I
yeah.
used to work and he would call me and tell me, I don't know if I'm going to be here. I'd have to leave.
Wow,
It's like, I got to get home. I got to get home. I don't know if I'm what
wow.
I'm getting home to. I didn't, I never
Okay,
knew what I was
right.
getting home to, because of when he got into that state, it was in a radical, just wanting to turn everything off,
Yeah.
a very radical
Yeah.
state, and
Man,
Irrational.
just the colossal, yeah, irrational, of course, for you, Bob, but that doesn't make it any better to go, this isn't clear thinking, right? That doesn't take it away.
absolutely not. And
Like
that's what
you
I would
can't
be. I would be the
reason this
clear
down.
thinker.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. There is no clear thinking in
no,
that moment.
no,
But for you, Lisa, just the amount of emotional strength that you have to have. I mean, like that's the thing is you're loving on him, you're trying to encourage him, but it's like weighing you down,
absolutely,
just like it's incredible weight for Bob to live through that. Just incredible.
absolutely.
So
Go ahead. No, no, go ahead.
so tell me where you guys are now, because and it was, again, thank you just for your honesty and vulnerability on how absolutely miserable and dark and bleak it was at the beginning. Where are you
Just
guys now?
let me just make it one
There was
comment.
more. Go ahead.
He was excited when you dropped into his phone the next, because
Love
that
it.
was at night, because at
Yeah.
night he takes time for himself before he comes to bed. He'll
Okay.
relax and then come in. Well, in the morning, that you were the first person he talked about, and so he said, this, I got to tell you what happened, so he told me,
Yeah.
and I have to tell you that me, with all the programs we've tried and all the treatments and people we've worked with, I still have reservations. I just,
Yeah.
just because it's like, oh, I mean, it sounds great, but will this really work? Will this help us? And that's where we're at today. That's where we're at.
I appreciate you sharing that, Lisa, because that is the question, and it's like nobody wants false hope. And one of the things that and you guys know, and I probably said this to you as you came into the room, was like, I need you to get your hopes up again. like I need you to get your hopes up again. That's exactly what I need in order for us to actually heal, in order for you to actually overcome. Is like, I need you to grab that last bit of hope and go, let's go. It's time to hope again. But again, it's so very different than all the things that you guys had tried before. Like this really is. And
Oh,
so
absolutely.
I want you guys to talk about that in a moment, but like, tell us where you are now. Cause like, I know one of the things you guys have is hope. I know you guys have joy. I know there's like just a whole different level of, again, we were just chatting casually beforehand, but just talking about going out and doing things now. It's a whole different deal now in such a short time.
We have God.
Well, and that's the thing.
We have God. I love that. Yeah. Amen.
Since we came
Amen.
into your room, I have fixed my relationship.
Yeah. Repair.
I'm in the process of repairing my relationship with God.
Mhm.
And I can and I think I know I told you that, and I told Michelle, I don't really, I know people that talk to him all the time and hear him. I wasn't getting that, I'm not, but now I am. I kind of,
It's so good.
it is.
I love that so much. Yeah.
I was so into the depression and the anxiety that I had blinders on
Well,
my ears and my eyes.
And some of that, like, I want you to understand that, like, some of that is not so many, like, it could be easy for you to pick up shame around it, to be like, why can't I hear God? But to also understand, like, it's not that you don't want to. There's an actual physical, there's brain chemistry stuff happening, making the connection not great. So
Right.
like there's like, just to understand that there's an actual physical component that's making it more difficult. On top of that, the longer, and I remember this, just picking up on this from you, Bob, you were in this a long time going, I am praying, I am crying out to God, but I just feel like he's not hearing me. And that makes the relationship with God harder too, because it's like, God, are you even hearing me?
Right.
And of course he's hearing you, which is exactly why you wound up in our room to go, hey, let's go, let's change this. But in that moment, it can feel like, just, have you really left me? And so, yeah, it's just that whole thing together. But again, I just wanted to point that out, of going, it's like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know. They're really connected together. It's a vicious cycle around the relationship with God. Like, it really, really is. But I'm glad that you brought that up, because I had a question about that. So one of the things I remember you told us early on, you said, You were worried that we were going to be too churchy or religious, was how you put it. And so you were a little reserved at first because you were like, I don't know about this. So tell us, like, like, what were your thoughts, and were we too churchy or religious?
No, well, so growing up, we had neighbors that were Pentecostal, and they
Okay.
took me to church a couple times. And it was, I mean, it
Yeah.
was revival Pentecostal. I mean, it was, and again,
Yeah.
I was born and raised Catholic. My mom was going to be a nun before she
Mm.
had 7 kids. So,
Wow.
yeah, so she would march all of us to church every Sunday. My dad never went, but so the when the flash was back to the Pentecostal church that I had gone to a couple times when
Okay.
I first met you guys, and you guys were quoting script. The first call kind of was like, yeah, these guys are serious. They're quoting scripture, and they're, it's like, but I told Michelle, I said, that just isn't me. That's great for some people, but that just isn't
Mm.
me. And Michelle, my coach,
Mhm.
made it a point to say, Bob, it's what you make of it.
Mhm.
It's all
Mhm.
out there,
We'll
and
meet you in the middle.
we'll meet you in the
We're
middle.
gonna meet you where you're at. That's right. We're
Exactly.
gonna meet you where you're at.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's been amazing. You are not too
Mm.
churchy.
No, and
You are
and the
not.
fact that it rekindled my faith
Yeah.
Yeah.
was exactly what I
Yeah.
needed. And to be honest with you,
Yes.
Stacey, the intro that I watched to your
The
your
masterclass?
room, yeah,
Uh-huh. Mhm.
was, and she's a big believer in fate, but
Mm.
the Lord sent that to me. I guarantee it,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
because I your
Yep.
program's been out there for quite a while,
That's right.
and I've been suffering for quite a while. So for it to take 8 years,
It's the match of the timing, Bob.
It
It
is.
exactly,
really
He
is.
was
And
right.
it's something that we as a team and here at Achieve Emotional Mastery, like, we pray, like, we intercede on your behalf. You guys know that. Like, we pray for you. But we also pray for those that are watching. Like, I realize that everybody that watches this interview today, not everybody's gonna be ready. Some people, they're just going to miss it altogether, but for others, something's going to rise up in themselves that they're like, now is the time for freedom. And that's what happened for you, Bob. You may have seen one of our advertisements 10 times prior to that, but it didn't resonate. You just weren't ready. But then there was that moment where it's like, okay, now this is
yeah,
exactly what I'm looking for. It's time to step up.
correct.
And so now, and man, it's just amazing to see what you guys have done together and what God has done for you both.
That alone,
Just beautiful.
yeah, that alone, to see what God has done, because
Mhm.
that's, I
Amen.
told you last night that, he's in our house,
Yeah.
and that's
Mm.
every room in our house.
Huge.
Yeah, that didn't just pop like that. There's a
Mhm.
reason for that.
Right. Right.
God's listening.
God.
He's answering in his own way, and we've learned, and we are learning to be patient, and that's one of Bob's biggest things.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Patience and
Sure.
learning,
Yeah.
day at a time. And this journey has been great. It's been amazing. It's just been amazing.
I'm more at peace right now, Stacey. That's, I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
Well, and I've told him, and I told you guys last night, that just how proud I am. Very, very proud that he has been through this whole thing with you all. He has been 100%. He has done everything that he's been asked. On top of everything, he not only does he say it, but he's living it, and he's never given up hope. So that hope has gotten bigger for us.
Yeah.
It's just, we know we're healthier, mind, soul,
Body and soul.
spiritually.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just healthier.
Mhm.
And being healthier and being able to move forward with all
That's good.
has been
Yeah,
has just been amazing for both of us.
that's good. I love that. I love that. That's good. So you guys know that I work with couples, right? So this isn't just Bob's. I know it's Bob's struggle, but Lisa, I'm like, I need you here from the whole thing, from the first conversation with me all the way. And you have been so beautiful about, you've always said this is a we thing. Like, even as you described things that you guys went through that didn't work, you guys were together as a team. So I know that that has been your philosophy throughout. So what, like, how did it change for you as you went through this process? Like, what was your thought around, again, I know that's how you show up to life. You guys do things together. And of course, again, we do that on our side too, because I know that's how we have success. I know that's one of the reasons why we have such amazing success
That's
is
why
because when you're married, you need to do this together. But so what were your thoughts about being right here alongside Bob throughout this healing journey?
I never gave it a second thought. It's what I live.
Yeah.
It's a we thing. And I have to remind him that all the time, because there are times when
Yeah.
you don't have to do this. This is what
Yeah.
I'm doing this, because he's been in it 110, the whole thing.
Mm,
And I said, no, this is a we thing. There is
yeah.
no, there, I don't even have to think about it. It's just, you get up and
Love that.
we're attached to,
Yeah.
it's,
We're attached to the hip.
we've been
That's
married
good.
a long time.
Yeah, almost
But
40 years.
almost 40 years, right? We're coming up on 40 years. Congratulations on that. That's awesome. But what I do want to, because that, as you said that, Lisa, it reminded me of something that Bob had said the first time that we spoke, which just was around the guilt that you felt, Bob, around dragging your family through this.
Mhm.
And so, as much as you guys have been together, we that Bob, I know for you it can be that natural part of going, yeah, but I don't want to drag you anymore, Lisa. Like, I don't want to put anything more to you. But also what I noticed through this process is that when we first spoke, Lisa, there was this weight that you were carrying.
Mhm.
Like you so much was on your shoulders to help him to feel well, to get through hard days. So what is it like now? Like, how much lighter do you feel going, hey, Bob's well. He's good. We're going the right way.
We are more at peace. There is so much more peace in
Mm,
this house. It's just it's like the air is lifted. The heavy
that's good. Yeah.
cloud that
Yeah.
sits over you, when
Yeah.
you're going through this. I think with God's help and the Holy Spirit, I think it's just all raised. It's just all lifted and given us peace and
Mm,
hope and joy. Like I said,
yeah.
it's a different breathe. You just breathe better.
You breathe
I don't get up
better.
and I don't get up and
Yes.
worry. I'm not, that worry is not there as much as it
It's
was.
huge.
I
I
don't,
love
I
that.
leave the house and I'm not worried,
Yeah.
on what's coming, what I'm coming home to.
Good.
It's a big, worry is a big thing. And
Yeah.
I don't feel that. I feel I take deep
Mm,
breaths. I'm at peace. Where we're
yeah.
at today, I tell you, is
No,
Totally different.
yeah,
where we were.
we're healthier and happier. And so that'll enable us to continue
Yeah.
fight for the
Fight for the
freedom that we
freedom.
need.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And again,
Huge.
that unfortunately you talked about the guilt and yes, there's a lot of guilt for me because I'm
Mm,
putting her through this. The thing that I worry a lot about is I can talk to people. I talk to therapists. She has nobody to talk to. And
mm.
so
I have you.
exactly.
You have me.
So,
That's
That's
right.
right.
so to intertwine with the other couples and to interact with them and you and
Mm,
Michelle,
yeah.
Yeah.
it's been a
Good.
great sounding board for Lisa.
Yeah, it's been
Good.
it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Like I said, we signed up for him,
Yeah,
Hmm.
but we really signed up for us.
correct.
So
That's good.
I'm getting just as much out of this as he is. I'm in a different place, obviously,
Right.
but
Yeah.
what we're getting out of this is the same. It's been
Yeah.
great. It's been an
I
amazing.
I love that, Lisa. Thank you so much for saying that, because I really, it's one of the things, again, why I work with couples, because I know that it's traumatic for you as well. Like for you, when you described earlier of like having to come home, like, just to keep him safe,
Mhm.
right? Like that is traumatic. And so there's healing for your heart as well that has to happen. And of course, we lay all that out for you, right? Of going like, again, this isn't just Bob's journey, it's for you, for your healing as well. It's beautiful. Thank you for bringing that up. That's good.
But
Mm.
to share a story that this happened a few years ago, and I was having a crappy day, and again, you asked me about motorcycles. You can see motorcycles in the back.
Yep.
And I got on my motorcycle
This is our room.
and told her, I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know if I'm coming back. And
Wow.
and
Wow.
for her to, to have to deal with that, maybe this is the last time I'll see him.
Wow.
That was tough. I mean, that was probably the lowest I've ever been.
Mm. Thank you for sharing that, Bob. That's hard.
It
But
is.
I appreciate your openness of just like that's where it was.
And
And guys,
and
that's why I show up every day to fight,
yeah,
to be like, you don't have to keep putting up with that. You don't have to stay in that.
right.
Like we can get past that of going like, I know right now you guys are like, we're not worried about that day coming back. that's not coming back ever again. We're walking in freedom now. We're moving forward.
Yeah,
Hope and joy and
and you
peace.
can
It's so beautiful.
appreciate, because you've been through this, Stacy. So unless, and she is wonderful. She's so supportive, but unless you have gone through this, it's,
Yeah.
I try and say, just give me some time. I'll get through this. But
Mm,
if you don't know,
yeah.
it's so hard to just, and I can feel for, to watch somebody you love
Mm,
go through that
right. Yeah.
is tough.
Mhm. Mm. Wow. Thank you guys. I so appreciate it. Again, just your openness. I appreciate your work that you put into this.
That's
I
us in
mean,
a
you guys,
nutshell.
and that's you in a nutshell. Okay,
Exactly.
good. Very good.
If
But yeah,
I
but
can help somebody else with my story, then that puts a big smile on my face.
that's good, Bob. Thank you. Again, I appreciate you guys taking a moment out of your week to just speak to us. And again, just so beautifully open and honest. I really appreciate it. But also, I do want to thank you guys for the work. It doesn't happen by magic, right? You guys know that. I lay it out for you step by step by step, and I get it. You got to show up to the game. And you guys did just so beautifully again together. Lisa, you said earlier, Bob, that you everything we asked, right? Everything we asked, you stepped up to the plate, and so it served you well to just have this huge transformation in such a short amount of time. And so again, thank you guys just so much. It's been a pleasure to serve you, and I just want to thank you and honor you for the time that you guys have put in, the effort you put in. And again, just your togetherness. It's been such a pleasure to serve you. So thank you. And so what would you say to somebody who's watching this still like, I don't really know if I should sit down and talk with Stace. Like, I'm just not so sure about talking to her team. What would you say to them?
This works. I am living proof that this works. It's very intense. You got to put the work in,
I was just gonna
but
say the work.
with the help of the Lord and Stacy's modules, it works. Bottom line.
And I think they have, with this falling into the different people's laps, we talked about the timing. So it's all about timing, right?
Yep, that's right.
Each person has to be ready. But when they get to that point when they're ready, they know they have to be willing to put in all the hard work. it takes a lot of work to get to where we're at today.
Yeah, you have to
You
be
have to be
dedicated.
committed.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. You have to go in and know that at the end, this is what you're going to have. You're going to have this,
Yeah.
but you have to work for it. You have to be willing to fight. And that's, we have fought every day. So you have to be willing to fight for it to get to where we can be. And that's, you know, that I think, like I said, I'm a true fate person. And I believe in that. I believe things happen for a reason. And it just, you know, you have to take that chance. If you don't take that chance, you'll never know.
Right.
But you have to be willing to put in the work. You know, you can't just think it's a button or a pill that you take that it just goes.
That's right. I don't have a wand. I don't have a wand.
No.
But I love what you said, Lisa. Like, you got to be willing to fight for it. And that's something, again, that rises up within you, that you're like, okay, I'm ready to fight now. Like, whatever it takes, whatever it takes.
I think you have to get to that point where you have tried everything. You have reached out. You have talked to people. That's where we've been. We tried everything. And when this fell into his lap, it's like, we have to fight for this. We have to fight for it.
Wow, that was amazing. Bob and Lisa, again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your willingness to share with us and just inspire those that are watching to step up and change their life. If you've been watching and you are ready to be an overcomer, if you are ready to write your own story to be able to get out of this mess, whether you're overcoming anxiety, depression, or bipolar disorder, or any combination of these, we're here to help you do just that. So your next step is going to be to book a call with us. Schedule your free breakthrough session. We want to have a conversation with you and see if we're a fit to help you overcome anxiety and depression. The second thing that we're going to do is identify what is blocking your healing. We're going to show you what has been missing from the other treatments you have tried. And the third thing we're going to do, and this is the key, we're going to leverage a whole health approach to help you heal completely. We're going to show you exactly how to heal physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So again, that starts with your free breakthrough session, and you can book that with us by going to stacyrivera.com/call. Now, before you hit that link and go and book a call with us, I do want to point out exactly what Lisa said, which is you have to be ready. You have to be ready to step up. As much as I break this down and give this to you step by step by step, there is a place that you need to be in your life where you go, you're done with this mess. You're done with managing it. You're done with trying all the things that are not working. You know all the things that you've tried that haven't worked. And so if you're ready to try again, try something new and show up for yourself so that you can have that freedom, then we are here to walk you through the process. And so again, if that's you and you're ready and you've been inspired by Bob and Lisa's testimony, our team looks forward to speaking with you, and you can get on our calendar by going to stacyrivera.com/call. We'll see you soon.